Mabuhay Pilipinas! What's up sa inyo dyan? Welcome back sa Spang Dwaine Vlog starring Papibo. Maraming nagka-comment sa mga video namin sa Facebook at YouTube na mali daw yung ginagawa namin kay Baby Nitro. In fact, maraming mga feeling expert sa comment section. Sa totoo lang, maraming nagsasabi na masama daw yung ginagawa namin para kay Baby Nitro pagdating sa sleep schedule niya. Maraming nagsasabi na dapat huwag gisingin ang bebe. Dapat hayaan mo na matutulog siya kung gabi, kung araw, gano'n. Ang problema ko dun is nakipag-usap ako sa sleep expert tungkol kay Nitro. Nagsabi siya na kailangan daw may sleep schedule siya para masasanay siya na matutulog siya sa gabi. Gano'n. Kung natutulog siya ng sobrang matagal sa araw, hindi siya matutulog sa gabi. Ito yung pag-usapan natin sa video na to, Dwaine Fam. Doc Adam ang peg. Sa video na to, pag-usapan natin ang pagtulog nito. Ganito po gagawin natin. Itanong ko kay Lola, itanong ko kay Papa, kay Mama, kung anong ginawa nila sa mga baby nila. Kung may sleep schedule ako nung baby pa ako, or wala. Kung may sleep schedule yung nanay ko nung baby pa siya, tanong ko kay Lola, or wala. Yun. Tsaka, itanong ko din sa sister ko na si Amberly. Meron siyang dalawang anak. At yung isang anak niya, pinapa-eskwela niya sa sleep school. Meron tinatawag na sleep school dito sa Australia para sa mga bata. Mahal talaga siya. Sobrang mahal. Hindi ko ka-afford. Pero, ginawa ng sister ko sa baby niya. Sabi niya, nagbago ang buhay nila dahil sa sleep schedule. Kaya, highly recommended daw yung sleep schedule para sa baby. So yun, itanong po natin yung family ko, Dwaine Fam, kung anong ginawa nila. Tanong ko rin yung sister ko kung ano ba dapat. Let's get that intro started!
You're beautiful, shine like a star. You got me falling slowly and crashing into you. Oh baby, wherever you go, I pray the angels remind you.
I got a question to ask you on camera. So all our YouTube fans, well, some of them are saying that we shouldn't wake Nitro up. We should just let him sleep.
Exactly, and I have said that. I have said that all the time. Do not wake that child up.
Well, isn't it better that he has a sleep schedule?
If he's tired, he will sleep. Let him sleep, you know? Come on!
Yeah. Then if he sleeps too long during the day, he won't sleep enough at night.
I don't believe that. No. I'm sorry. I don't believe that. No.
You're doing it the old school way, Grandma.
I have seen you wake that child up, and every time I see it on YouTube or wherever you put it on, I think, Yeah.
So, Mum, what do you reckon? Got a question for you. Everyone on YouTube is saying that we should just let Nitro sleep without waking him up and making him stick to a schedule.
Oh, my question is, do I want to go against Amberly?
Well, I'm going against him.
We've always...
What do you mean? Just let him sleep until he wakes up by himself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
During the day or at night?
Well, every time he sleeps.
I think it's during the day.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so, because if he has a massive sleep during the day, he's going to be
Oh, that's crazy.
Up all night.
temporal sleep at night.
I've seen that
wake us
child
up.
cranky when you've woken him up. Of course he's cranky.
But he's always crying when he wakes
And then,
up.
last night we used the crying technique on him and he slept.
We put him down, he cried for 5 minutes.
What I mean is...
And it wasn't even
What
a...
I mean is, when he was crying, we didn't go in and, like, you go in too early. Just let him cry.
I go in too early. Even for Amberly, it's gonna be too early. Because I'm like, oh, it's 2 minutes.
Like, and then he cried, and then he did it, he stopped, and then he cried again, and then he stopped, and then he slept. And then you guys come home, and he started again.
Yeah.
Think about your kids when they were little, right? When they were babies. Now, I mean, did you wake them up at a certain time? Did you let them sleep? No.
You never did, so you just let us sleep. But how did you get to sleep at night, though? Were you able to sleep at night, or were you up all night?
Well, for their first year, yeah.
Are you still breastfeeding?
When not breastfeeding, let him sleep.
I thought you said you weren't breastfeeding.
Out of 6 kids, only Brooke slept through the night from...
Really?
Well, it took you
What did you do with her? Sleep schedule?
We used the toddler taming on you. When we went out, we just took his with us and you slept on the floor or whatever. We didn't have like, oh, I'm going to go to bed this time. We never did any of that.
Really?
No.
Yeah, okay.
You just learned to sleep wherever we were.
I guess I turned out fine. So you reckon we don't stick to a sleep schedule for Nitro, we just let him sleep?
No, I
No, I
think...
agree.
Well,
You
I mean,
stick to
that's
the
up to you.
schedule.
Up to you. Well, you can experiment and see what works. Every kid's
But it
different.
depends.
Yeah.
Like, if he's having a growth spurt, he might occasionally sleep longer in his day nap, a sign of him transitioning from 2 naps to 1 nap. So you just stick to your gut instinct. But if you think, oh no, he is sleeping too long because we need to go out, or he's not going to go to bed on time tonight, then wake him up.
Or you try it out. If he does not sleep properly through the night, you know
Just
you're
experiment.
letting him sleep too long through the day. But give him a chance to, you know.
Okay, Dwaine fam, tatawagan po natin yung sister ko. Hello, Amber Lee. We request your presence for an interview which will be broadcast to over 1.2 million people. It is in regards to babies sleeping. We would like to speak to an expert on the matter.
Right, I'm not a qualified expert, you know, just a self-proclaimed one.
Well, because we got a heap of people on YouTube and Facebook getting angry at us because we're waking up Nitro.
Yes.
So we want to get your opinion on YouTube.
Okay.
Would you be keen for that?
Sure, they probably won't like what I have to say.
Well, of course. When does anyone like what you have to say? So you keen?
Yep.
Good. Because it looks like me and Shanta are losing this Facebook war at the moment.
Oh, that bad.
A few inches later.
Wonder fam, nandito sa bahay si Amber Lee. Alright, so ito yung kapatid ko. She is my sister. And you're the one that taught me about baby sleep. Okay, so Amber Lee actually helped us get to sleep at night. Kasi si Nitro, ang kulit niya. When we were living in Manila, we never got any sleep. Now that we're here in Australia, now that we followed what Amber Lee told us to do, we're able to get more sleep at night, and Nitro has a sleep schedule so we can actually get stuff done. So, una sa lahat, Amber Lee, so I've asked Mum, Dad and Grandma the same question. I've asked them, should you wake a baby up? Ever? Or should you just let them sleep? And Mum said she's not sure what is the right thing to do because she doesn't want to fight. What do you have to say about it? Dad says it depends on the baby, and Grandma says no, never. You should never wake a baby up. And there's a lot of people on Facebook and YouTube saying the same thing. There's a lot of people on Facebook and YouTube telling us, getting angry at us because we're waking up the baby.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what would you say to that? Should you ever wake a baby up? Is it bad to wake a baby up? Or should you just let them sleep?
So, first of all, I'd like to ask those people, are their babies sleeping through the night? Because I guarantee 99% of those people, their babies would not be sleeping. And to add to that, you ask any qualified sleep consultant, child psychologist, anyone who focuses on child development, baby sleep, mental health, the whole lot, they will say that having some kind of structure and routine to a baby or toddler's life is crucial to their development.
Yep.
So my answer to that is, I don't think it's just a simple yes or no. I think it depends on what your day and nights look like for your child.
Right.
So if they're waking up during the night, if they're not napping longer than 30 or 40 minutes at a time, it depends on what is happening. So in your case, and my case, our babies can link sleep cycles, meaning they can sleep longer than a 40-minute period at a time. We all have sleep cycles. And when we're really young, so infants, children, toddlers, everybody has, we go into light sleep, we go into deep sleep, and we kind of go throughout the night. Even in naps, it does the same. So a baby doesn't actually know how to link these cycles. So through light sleep to deep sleep, back to light sleep to deep sleep. So if your baby's waking up 40 minutes after falling asleep, that's technically normal because we all do it. We just all know how to go back to sleep and go and connect and link our cycles. So yeah, it's not a simple yes or no question,
right?
Because it depends on the baby and the routine and the structure of their day.
So you're saying sometimes waking a baby up can be good for a baby long term?
Yeah, so my point in waking a sleeping baby is the baby has had good quality sleep at the right time because your baby can be undertired or overtired. So the timing is crucial to good quality baby sleep.
Right.
And if they've had a certain amount of time, so let's just go with 2 hours, because Nitro is 10 months old now.
Yep.
He does 2-hour naps, 1.5 hour naps, depending on his day. I would not let him be sleeping longer than that, because then it affects nighttime. So if a baby has too much day sleep, they will not sleep at night. So days affect nights and nights affect days.
Yeah, okay.
So just like say an adult, right? Say you have a really long nap in the day and it takes you ages to fall asleep at night. It's essentially the same thing for a baby.
Right.
But instead for a baby, they don't just toss and turn and get annoyed that they're not falling asleep. They cry.
Yeah, I get you. Okay. Okay, so then my next question would be, a lot of people on, in the YouTube comments are saying you shouldn't wake a baby up even during the day because it can affect their development or like brain development.
Yeah, so sleep is crucial to anyone's development, including us as adults. So you think about sleep deprivation, it's actually one of the worst forms of torture. They use sleep deprivation as torture. As new parents, you're literally being tortured. You think about it, you're that severely sleep deprived, not to mention if you're the female, you're recovering from birth. If you choose to breastfeed and you're breastfeeding, there's all other elements to that as well. But a baby waking you up through the night for months on end can impact our mental health. So you think about how it affects your health, and your physical health as well. There's heaps of research on that, how it affects your physical health as well. So if you're not getting any sleep and your baby's not getting any sleep, what is that doing? So the whole idea of having a schedule, you don't have to be super routined and rigorous and full on. Everybody's different. Having some kind of structure to your day and your night will help your baby sleep. It will help quality sleep, because I think that's a big thing, because babies that just kind of like fall asleep anywhere, how amazing. My babies never did that, but how amazing, but they're also not getting good quality sleep.
Right,
So these 40-minute sleeps, they're not linking cycles, they're not, this can all be very controversial as well, and I'm just kind of going off what I have read in research for baby development, but also sleep consultants that I've researched, and I've been to several centres and whatnot for baby sleep too. So yes, it really does matter, and sleep matters according to baby's health and development, yes. But if you're oversleeping in the day, you're not then going to get good quality night sleep. And night sleep is where we have like our rest, digest, our nervous system, we're dreaming, all of those important elements of sleep come into play for our health specifically, is night sleep. So that's why we tweak the day sleeps so that we can get the good, but they're also good quality day sleeps, but that's so that we can have the good, lengthy, solid night sleeps as well.
Okay.
Because we don't want baby to be sleep deprived, and we don't want mum and dad to be sleep deprived, because the combination of the two, well, we know what that looks like. If you've ever had a baby, you know what that looks like. It's never good.
Exactly, it's a nightmare.
So what I'm going to say though, newborn, it is natural for newborns and young babies to wake frequently. That is very normal and very natural, and also very important for their health, because a baby needs to feed regularly so that they grow. And there's all these other things. So it's not just a simple, hey, do this and this will happen. So it depends on other things. Hot and cold, sickness, hunger, they all come into play as well.
So when you went to sleep school with Romeo, did they tell you, okay, if he's sleeping too long during the day, you need to wake him up, before he sleeps past 2 hours? Did they tell you to wake him up?
With sleep schools, generally your baby's not sleeping. When you go to sleep school, no babies there are having good quality hourly sleeps. Romeo was sleeping 40 minutes at a time because he couldn't link sleep cycles. So we had to encourage him and teach him and support him to link the cycles.
Right.
So it took, months of that. He was catnapping for months and months and months. That's why I ended up at sleep school. If you go and see a sleep consultant, you can just, hey, let's do a game here. Anyone Google, should I wake my baby while sleeping? And I did it right before I got here because I was like, oh, this will be interesting. Let me see what comes up. Everything will tell you that you need to wake your baby in the day. But that's because we want to tweak our day sleeps so that we get good quality night sleep. But we don't want 40-minute day sleeps.
Right.
We want minimum over an hour.
Yeah.
But we don't, it depends on the age too, because like the older your baby gets, the less day sleep they need.
Yeah.
But the younger your baby is, the more day sleep they need.
Okay.
So it really depends on age, it depends on weight, depends on baby, because personality and sleep are linked. We've found that in psychology, it's linked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, moral of the story is it really depends on how old your baby is. But you know, the bottom line is, it's not bad to wake a baby from the sleep depending on the baby's situation, circumstance, schedule.
Absolutely, yes. You can tweak naps. I'm all about waking the baby, and it seems so foreign. I remember this feeling. I remember starting Romeo on a routine, and even Nyla still, when she was young, on a routine, and thinking, oh, I don't want to wake them because, you know, they're going to be grumpy. What's going to happen? Is it? But oh no, that solidified routine, because it wasn't just randomness.
Right.
It was structure and it was routine, and babies thrive off routine. So you know, the
that's cool.
The simplest,
that's a key
Yes.
thing there to highlight in the video. Babies thrive off routine.
they absolutely do. All the research says that.
Okay, so I think the problem is the people commenting on YouTube and Facebook, they don't see the full picture of what we're doing. They only kind of see, oh my gosh, they woke their baby up, without, it's just way out of context, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so yun yung layunin sa video na to. I just want to explain to you guys kung bakit may schedule kami, kung bakit may schedule si Nitro. So Nitro needs a sleep schedule in order for him to thrive. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why we do it. Yeah. If you want to, you know, do something different with your baby, that's up to you. But what we're doing with our baby is not affecting his brain development. It's not. We're,
If anything, it's good.
you know, yeah, that's it. Hindi namin siya ginigising, like, you know, if he's kulang sa tulog, we don't wake him up. So we always make sure na sapat yung tulog niya palagi. So yun. Yeah. Awesome. That is it, Emily. That's all I wanted to ask you in this formal, semi-formal interview setting. Yeah, so yun yung sagot, guys, ha? Yun yung dahilan kung bakit may schedule si Nitro.
I do want to add one thing. So something that I've noticed, just being around other parents, other mums, being thrown into this mum world.
Yeah.
There are two huge big things when it comes to babies, and it's all about instinct, opinion, responding, all that.
Right.
So people are defensive about how you feed your baby and how your baby sleeps. They are two of the biggest things that people will have opinions on. I think it's because the way we choose to do things, so whether we choose to co-sleep or whether we choose to have our baby in a separate cot, whether we choose to breastfeed, whether we choose to bottle feed, whatever it is, it's all a reflection of what we believe is good and makes us a good parent.
Right.
And so that's why people get so defensive and opinionated if you differ, because then it's like, oh, well, if you do something different, like, am I a good mum or am I, you know, it's like this, that happens inwardly all the time with everybody,
right.
Particularly with women. So that's probably one thing to think about, but I also think too, culture probably comes into a lot of it. Talking to VJ, like, they co-slept, they just slept with mum and dad the whole time because that's just what you did.
Right.
And so when we first had babies, he was like, oh, we have to co-sleep. And I was like, I'm going to die if I just need, I need some space.
Yeah.
I need a minute.
Yeah.
And once we figured that out and it worked for us and we were happy with things that way, VJ then is now like, oh no, we could never sleep with the baby. We would never get any sleep, or we would, you know, never have any space or
He's
time.
Australian now. VJ's an Aussie now.
Yeah, but you don't have to put this in the video. But when we went back to the Philippines and everybody saw how well Romeo slept, they were asking me, how do you do that? And
Interesting.
yes,
Okay.
all of them.
Oh, I'm definitely putting that in the video.
No, don't put that in. But they all did, and it was like, well, I'm not anti co-sleeping at all. Like if people want to do that, and that's how they feel is they do the way that they want to do things, go for your life. I've got nothing wrong with it, but I don't think we should be judging people because they choose to do things differently.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Because wala namang masama sa ginagawa namin. Actually, it's good. It's good for the baby to have a schedule, like you were saying. So, disclaimer lang po ha, Amberly is not a sleep expert or qualified sleep expert. She's just done a ton of research. She's been to sleep school. She's spoken to different experts, read a lot of books on it. So that's why, you know, we trusted what she had to teach us, and it worked. It worked good.
It worked the first day.
Yeah, like the first
No,
night.
I said to you, Nitro knows what to do.
Yeah.
He just knows, oh, mum and dad will come.
Yes, exactly.
But, you know, we're supposed to respond to our babies, so that's fine. But
So-
I just needed structure.
Exactly. Be ready, Amberly, because people are going to be sending you messages.
Yes.
Help me, my baby's not sleeping.
I've already had that. But I can't help you because, I want to say this though, I can't help you because one, I'm not with you, I'm not face to face, I don't know your baby. That's a big thing because I really do think that every baby is different. I've had 2 children and their sleep is both completely different. And I did nothing from newborn, you know, newborn's a newborn.
Yeah.
You're gonna sleep wherever and whenever, and that's normal. So, yeah, that's a big thing.
Yeah.
I can't help you because I'm not with
You're not
you.
there.
I don't know your baby.
Yeah.
Culturally, things are different.
Yeah.
There's so many elements there. So, unfortunately, I can't help you.
So huwag kayong mag-message kay Amberly ha, kasi she can't help you. Alright. Thanks so much, Amberly. Salamat po.
Salamat po.
And then,
Filipinos don't do that.
some of them do. Gusto mo maging?
Gusto mo maging
Gusto ko.
Filipino.
Yes! Gusto siya maging Filipino. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching sa video na to at kita-kits po sa sunod na video natin. Bye for now!